Hey, welcome back to another edition of Everything Football 62. I'm your host, Jonathan Big Tex Johnson, a.k.a. Uncle Tex, a.k.a. Professor Tex. Before we get started, smash that like button, subscribe to the page, share with a friend. Got any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down below, and we can go ahead on and talk about it and whatnot. Keep it respectful, keep it tasteful. And hey, man, we can have a nice little friendly debate about it. Like I tell you guys all the time, it's just football. It's not that big of a deal. Well, let's go ahead and get into week 8. No, it's been a little bit since I've been there. Life comes up with a brother and stuff like that, so you got to go take care of what you need to take care of and whatnot. But this is the time now. I will be definitely recording a lot more now because we've gotten that. There's a lot of bad football played in the first couple of so weeks that I didn't like. That kind of made me not even really want to record. Football is a funny thing now, considering the fact they don't practice as much as they used to. They can't hit as much as they used to and all that and all these different rule changes and whatnot. And it makes it ticky-tacky. It makes it not very good football play. As time goes on, they get their shit together. But I always told you guys when it was 16 games, holler at me. Week 8, that's after week 8 going into week 9. That's when I start doing my thing. That's after first 8 weeks. Now it's now we getting ready to go there. But now it's for all the marbles. Who's going to place where? I don't listen to pro football rankings because that shit is irrelevant. This is not college, a strength of schedule and shit like that. You lose a game, you go home, or you go down in standings and whatnot, and you possibly can't make the playoffs. So it's about winning, or either taking your ass home. So let's go over to week 8 real quick and whatnot. Chargers wasn't really no mistake there. Wasn't really no thing there with them. Minnesota has a quarterback issue. I don't even know if that kid's going to even be the issue. He's already showing that he's already in the whirlpool. He missed all of last year. Now he played a little bit, and he's hurt again. I don't know what they're going to do. Why Carson Wentz is shot. He looks like he's running in quicksand when he takes off running. He doesn't have it. He's a backup pretty much for life. He has lost his stuff and everything. Every now and then he'll pop up. They seen that 2016 Wentz, I meant to say. Wentz and whatnot. So it is what it is with him. So I wasn't surprised by that. Chargers kind of bounced back and whatnot, did what they did. San Francisco and Houston. Now I thought after what San Francisco did last week, Chris McCaffrey, he's doing this and that and the other. Well, let's take a look at some stuff right quick. Because Texans have a defensive-minded coach and whatnot to play there and everything and whatnot. But if we go and look, Mac Jones, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. McCaffrey, they sucked that shit down after all what he had, whoever they played last week, I think it was Atlanta and whatnot, and did all this. 8 carries for 25 yards. You take the 9 yards away from, his longest run away from him. He has, 14, 15 yards? They shut that shit down. Played around in the passing game and whatnot. Nothing really going on. 49ers, like I said, 49ers is hanging on by a strand because they're a fucking mass unit right now. But that was really not a surprise to me because the Texans, if they put it together, the Texans is a strong team and stuff like that. Everything based upon with C.J. Stroud and whatnot, who had a relatively decent game. Take a quick look. 30 for 39, 318, 2. Yeah, that's how he has to play for them to win, and that strong defense that they got, and they have weapons on offense. So if they keep the kid upright, he'll be just fine. If they don't, it's going to be problems and whatnot. Let's keep rolling. Baltimore, not really a thing there and whatnot. I'm thinking Chicago turned the corner, but they laid an egg against Baltimore, who is another walking mass unit. But they was able to sit up there and get Chicago, get their second win of the season, and possibly now if they can get Lamar back, possibly coming up, I think Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, and they might still make a run because the North is like still kind of up in the air. Buffalo and Carolina, no surprise there. Josh Allen did what Josh Allen does and whatnot. He bounced back and stuff like that and did his thing and stuff like that. So against a Carolina team that is not a very good team, they got a little talent on there, but, they're not very good. Philadelphia, New York, Saquon got off. I think he ended up pulling his hamstring later. I don't know how serious it is. We'll see. Dart did a little thing here and there. Scatty Boo, he missed. I think he broke his ankle. He's out for the season already. And I'll say already, because I'm like, guys like that. We'll see what happens with him by next year. Scatty Boo has a little, but Dart has this little thing with him and stuff like that. But it's like, he ankle, we'll see what happens. You know, with running backs like that, we'll see what happens. Tush push ended up being a big major thing. That to me was a fumble. No whistle was blown. Old boy made a hell of a play, taking the ball from them and stuff like that. Then when they start slowing down, now they're really dissecting the tush push, and our jokers actually are cheating, and they're firing off way before anybody else. Now they're really dissecting it. At first it was cute. Now it's like these motherfuckers are going early and doing all, and everybody's missing that shit. So yeah, it's getting a little messy down. But Philadelphia did what Philadelphia should have done. Put up 38. AJ Brown had a good game and everything like that. I heard he's still bitching about something. So he's one of them type of guys. So it's like it's sad, but it is what it is. Jalen 15 for 20, 179, 4 touchdown passes. What else you want? I'm sorry. No, it's about the team at the end of the day. About the team. What we got here? New England cleaning the thing up. Mark Vrabel got him playing Patriot ball the way he was taught by the great Bill Belichick. No surprise there. Miles Garrett had 5 sacks. Whoop-de-doo. They gave up 32 fucking points. Whoop-de-doo, about 5 sacks. Who fucking cares? I've been following Garrett since he was in high school, Plano somewhere up in there, and it's A&M. Great player in the first half, disappears in the second half. I've said that for years. Hell of a talent, hell of a guy's built everything. All of that stuff. Got his money, $30-some-odd million a year. What else you got around you? You have nothing. Their defense is relatively good. They're not making decisions at quarterback. They got Dillon. They got rid of Flacco. They got Shedeur Sanders. It's a shit show there. It's a shit show. Baker Mayfield should still be playing over there, but that's neither here nor there. But it's a shit show over there. So they're where they're at, and that's Cleveland. New York, that was a big win for New York. Wanted to see a man do his thing there. Cincinnati, who has obviously, again, no defense. Justin did pretty good and whatnot, did relatively good and whatnot. Justin Fields needs to have a place where he's able to do what Justin Fields does and with his ability and let him play. I still think, in my opinion, he still should have been over there with Pittsburgh, but like I said, it's the whole thing there, so I don't know what that's all about. I could get ticky-tacky and look at how many black quarterbacks have come through there and it was successful there in Pittsburgh and how they don't last there, whether it's Russell Wilson now, whether it's Justin Fields, both of them gone. Go back to Gilliam. You go back to Gilliam. What's my man? Leftwich. And they don't last long now. It's a real good game that they talk about over in Pittsburgh and the different things that they do there, and the scouting guy from back in the day in the 70s getting all the hitting the HBCUs and stuff like that. But at that quarterback position, I see what I see. Cordell, he did his thing, but it was like all that was like, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is there. But glad to see Justin Fields. Somebody needs to believe in the kid and let him go ahead and play ball and stuff like that. Put him in a system that caters to what he does best. Okay, Miami dropped. That was I said I'm done with Atlanta. Atlanta now has dropped 2 straight after they beat the brakes off the Bills on a Monday night about 3 weeks ago. And I'm thinking, oh, they turned the corner. Penix hurt. Kirk Cousins comes in and does what Kirk Cousins does, which was absolutely nothing. Tagovailoa comes in, 4 touchdowns, all that. Here's what it is. Atlanta, I don't know what they're going to do. That's the South, though. Tampa Bay, New Orleans, here's what it is. Let me see what my man did. See what Baker did and whatnot. So, and Baker, 15 to 24, 152. He didn't do much. He got sacked 3 times. They ran the ball, and it was a defensive game. They put them in good positions and stuff like that to where guys really didn't have to do a whole lot of anything. I think they made a couple of defensive touchdowns and whatnot. New Orleans is just horrible at quarterback right now. They're getting ready to go through that whole thing of having Drew Brees for all those years, and now the fallout from that, and now probably you're not going to have a quarterback for a long time now, and the Saints may be getting ready to go back to the Aints. We'll see. Sorry about that, boo. My sister-in-law. We keep moving. Indianapolis and Tennessee. No surprise there. Right now, Indianapolis, Jury's still out, but for the sake of argument, it's like, hey man, they're looking good. I'm loving to see Jonathan Taylor doing what Jonathan Taylor is doing. Loving it. Danny Dimes. Let me tell you this here. I told you guys for some time, Daniel Dimes and whatnot. Is Daniel Dimes has Saquon Barkley, they're going to be just fine. But they broke up that particular chemistry. They gave a lot of money to Danny Dimes because he's a quarterback. Because like I told you guys way back, they're throwing money at the position. Now he's in New York and he's like a fish bowl up in that joint right there and everything. And he's not a bad quarterback. Not a bad quarterback. He's a pretty decent quarterback. He's a Duke quarterback, so I don't really pay that much attention to that. Duke's a basketball school, always has been as far as I'm concerned. He doesn't have to try to do everything. Danny Jones, 21 to 29, 272, 3 touchdowns. He has some weapons. He has Pittman. He has Pierce. He has T. Warren, the tight end and whatnot. I think both of those guys, between Pittman and Warren, I think both of those guys have almost 500 yards between them in the in the 8th week of yards. Of yards. Both of them almost in 500 yards apiece in those games. So it's like, they got a nice thing. Their defense is solid. And at the end of the day, it's about Jonathan Taylor. 12 carries, 153 yards, 2 touchdowns, career long, 8. I think it might be a record. 80 yards. Jonathan Taylor, which is great to see, being the fact that Taylor came out a few years ago back in 2020. 1169, 11 touchdowns and whatnot. Real nice signs for a rookie. 18-11, offensive player of the year. I think he was all-pro first team. Then he got hurt. And then reeling back from that, so it took him literally 2 years to get himself back, about a year or so to get himself back. Come back 14-31 last year, really good season. Had a Pro Bowl season and whatnot. He's at 850 in 8 games, which is literally what is that? 150 yards per game that he's doing at 850. And he's already at 12 touchdowns already. I'm like, he's doing phenomenal and whatnot. But we'll see what happens the second half. Now I seen one of the guys was talking, saying who if they really played. That's fine. They're 7-1 if I'm not mistaken. So they're doing their thing, man. So it's like you can't be mad at that at all. 7-1. Should have beat should have beat the I think that was the they played the Raiders that was the Raiders. They lost that game. It wasn't the Raiders. No. It was the Rams. Dude doing the stupid shit with the ball. That actually cost them the game. They could easily be 8-0. But now we're getting ready to see for the second half of the season what's getting ready to go on now and whatnot. But loving to see Jonathan Taylor. Love him as a back. Love him at Wisconsin. Hell of a back. Glad to see he's back on his thing. And it's good to see that and everything. All right. Always some good things when it comes to those types of things, when it comes to these different types of backs. Big Jonathan Taylor fan. As well as we got the same first name. All right. We keep it moving. Let's go. Denver and Dallas. Dallas on defense is a walking mass unit. Not very good technique orientated. I don't know what they're gonna do with Diggs. Have no idea. They're hurting in the secondary big time. Not much of a pass rush since Micah's left. None of that. They have to score a lot of points to be into games. Their offense is still up there. Anytime if Dak throws about 2 interceptions, that's pretty much going to be a L. He can get away with 1. He can't get away with 2 or more or anything like that. They had their opportunities to actually be in this game. When Dak threw that second one, then the guy ran the ball back a nice yard. Maybe if they could have stopped doing it at a certain time, but there wasn't anything. Denver looks good. I will give it to Denver. Mo Dix looked at that defense, was on Dak's ass all day long. And they did what they did. Uniforms even look good, the old school Orange Crush thing and stuff like that. So, I'm giving Denver the thing. Bo Nix looked good. The last couple of weeks, he's looked phenomenal just from a football standpoint of view. And we'll see what happens on the second part of the second part. But they do look very good. Green Bay and Pittsburgh. Yeah, Green Bay looked good. Love, my partner, he put me up on Love back in the day. Said, man, Utah said he did this, that, and the other, and watched him a couple of years behind that of Rodgers and what he did. Jordan Love is smooth. It's real smooth, unflappable. I like his game. Green Bay's defense is decent and everything like that. They got Jacobs in the back. They got the other back there. You got that two-headed monster, man. It's a lot you can do. It goes back to, like I talk about, to me, one of the strongest teams, to me, is Detroit. Philly's still the team to beat. They Super Bowl champ, NFC champ. They're still the team to beat. But right now, as far as Detroit got Gibbs. They got my man, I think it's Montgomery back there. They got Brown. They got Amon. They got Amon-Ra back. They got Amon-Ra at the wide receiver position. The defense is nice and stuff like that. Goff is solid and stuff like that. Hey, man, to me, they're the best team in the NFC. That's just my take on it. You got a two-headed monster at running back, man. It's like, hey, man, I think they had a bye this past week. And then Washington, Kansas City. Washington, another mass unit. Jaden Daniels, sophomore slump. Talk your shit. I'm already hearing the little grumblings here and there. Now he's hurt. Don't know how much longer he's going to possibly be out and whatnot. Kansas City's looking like Kansas City. Now, Kansas City has all hands on deck. Worthy, let's go into this whole thing. Let's go into this whole thing. Let's go into this whole thing. Mahomes went for 299, 3 touchdowns. He's already thrown a couple of so damn touchdowns already. Let's go take a quick gander at this and whatnot. Let's take a quick gander at my man, the Reaper. So you're looking at right now 5-3. Has 17 touchdowns so far, leading the league. Only 4 picks. He's thrown for 2,099 yards, almost 2,100 yards in 8 games. They're 5-3. Should have won a couple of those games, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, let's slide down a little bit more here. Let's just go into this whole thing here. So what we have here? You got Kelsey, who had a game with 99 yards, could have had 100 yards or whatever. Between Pacheco and Kareem Hunt, two-headed monster. At the running back position, you're looking at close to almost 600 yards there. Got Xavier Worthy. You had Juju. You have Rashee Rice, right? And like I said, and you got Worthy. You have weapons now. He has been winning ever since Kareem Hunt left. Never really a whole bunch of weapons. Now he has weapons at his disposal. Now that's kind of going back to 18, 19, 20, 2021. You go back to that of having the different weapons and whatnot that he had going back in his early years and whatnot, when he's doing his thing and whatnot. And now he's going back to these weapons. And this is what I'm talking about. He got his weapons. Defense is playing lights out. They know they fucked around and fumbled up pretty good when it came to whoever the hell they played. I don't know if that was who did they play and they lost that damn game? Jacksonville. Game they should have won. Okay. Beat Baltimore. Yeah, I'm sorry. Let me see here. Jacksonville. They beat Detroit. They beat the Raiders. So they've been on a 3-game winning streak since that debacle and Chris Jones and that little lazy shit that he had. Not a good look, but it is what it is. And now they got their shit together, and they can make that run. They can definitely make that run. And he has all his weapons at his disposal and a rejuvenated Kelsey. And you got a two-headed monster at the running back, 2 different kind of styles, but still hard running backs that are good, especially Kareem Hunt out the backfield. And you got all your receivers at your disposal. Pick your poison. All they got to do is give them time. It's over with. It's scary. Scary. Very scary. I'll probably slide back to Mars sometime and probably get picks and everything like that. But let me delve into this here. I saw something interesting there the other day. Yesterday, as a matter of fact. If we get right down to it, y'all can, if you want to take a quick listen here.
Look, I think it's important if once you become a member of the media to be very critical and be able to have an honest opinion. But I think it's definitely a misconception that Russell is not a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, this is Michael Bennett. Nice defensive end that they had. Played there with the Legion of Boone and all those guys there. This is the first teammate that I've heard of that actually spoke up for Russ. Okay, let's keep rolling.
Russell kind of represents exactly what you kind of want in an NFL player when you look at it. You know, maybe he's not the cool guy who's doing certain things that's pop culture.
Fuck pop culture. You're here to play football and win ball games. Pop culture, especially amongst the black culture, is some garbage anyway. 95% of the fucking times. Okay? It is what it is.
But if you think about the way that Russell has carried himself on and off the field, I think what he's done on the field as a player, he's won.
He won. Let me do it, because just a couple of weeks ago, y'all know I actually did this, because I'm always on top of this shit like that. Of these jokers on there running their fucking mouths. Whether it's Sherman, whether it's Gonzalez, all players I love and respect their games and stuff like that and all that. But it's like, I'll look this up again just for shits and giggles. A couple of weeks ago, I did it. You know, I was in the pink, had the blue blazer and shit like that on. Y'all can go back and check that out and whatnot. Here we go with this man and Seattle, 104 and 53 and 1. Altogether, he's 121 and 80 and 1. This man has won over 100 games. This man has thrown for over 37,059 yards. Let me take that back. 39,000. Let me see. Where is it? 46,921 yards, 353 touchdowns, and 114. His completion ratio is damn near 65%. What the fuck are we talking about? Just keep rolling. That's for these assholes out here. This bullshit ass culture that they think that every black man is supposed to be a part of. But that's another story in itself.
You think about what he's done off the field, he's won. He's been NFL Man of the Year. He's been charitable. He does everything right. I think that, Sherm's kind of statement, I think there's some more animosity.
Yes, animosity. Now, I want to hear Sherm come out and talk shit to Bennett, because them Bennett boys don't play. They don't fucking play. Right? So this is what I want to hear him, what bullshit excuse, even down to beast mode and whatnot. What the fuck are we talking about, man? Like I said in the last time, I said, how many Super Bowls have Richard Sherman, Earl Thomas, that bullshit when beast mode goes over to the fucking Raiders? That was a fucking joke. Because he was actually done 2 or 3 years before that. But that's neither here nor there. Let's keep moving.
I don't think you could play your way out of a Hall of Fame career.
Enough said. First ballot. Second at worst. But come on, man. Stop it. And then I went and gave y'all examples of other quote-unquote white quarterbacks that were clean cut or whatever. This, that, the other. And I don't hear other white players sitting up there trashing them like that. Like Shannon Crowder and all them guys talk that shit. Where is the white players sitting up there talking shit about quarterbacks, whether they're Eli Manning, whether they're Peyton Manning, whether they're Philip Rivers, whether they're Big Ben Roethlisberger, even with the shit that he was going through? I didn't hear any of that. They trashed Russell Wilson. Brothers got a problem. I would say the other word, but I'm not. N-words have a problem. These cats, I don't know. I don't get it. But again, like I sit up there and say, man, it's just like, cut the crap, bro. Cut the BS at the end of the day. Cut the crap. When it's all over, said and done with. The brother did what he was supposed to have done. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's won. He has 10 Pro Bowls, 9 Pro Bowls, an All-Pro second team, a Walter Payton Award, 2 NFC championships, and a fucking Super Bowl ring. What the fuck are we even talking about? Why the hate? I know why. But I'm not going to go into all that because I'm just trying to stick to football. Having said that, and we'll end on that to segue into my ending of this show. There's no greatest of all time as long as time is still going on. And like I tell you guys all the time, another segue. Numbers don't lie and get emotional. People do. I'll come back tomorrow with my picks and get ready to go to the second phase of the NFL and who's real and who isn't. All right, guys, have a good one. Hey, holler at you later.